It started on a cold winter night. Liam, a wildlife photographer, had set up camp deep in the forest, hoping to capture rare shots of nocturnal animals. The forest was eerily silent, except for the occasional rustling of leaves. As he adjusted his camera, he saw something in the distance, two glowing red eyes staring at him through the darkness. His breath hitched. The eyes were too high off the ground for a normal bear. Liam grabbed his flashlight and aimed it at the creature. A massive bear stood before him, but something was wrong. As the light hit its face, the bear did something unnatural. It stood up on two legs, towering over him like a man. Panic gripped Liam, but he was frozen in place. The creature's fur seemed to ripple, its shape shifting slightly, as if it wasn't entirely a bear. Then, in a voice that was deep and hollow, it spoke. "You shouldn't have come here." Liam stumbled back, his heart hammering. Before he could react, the bear man turned and vanished into the woods, leaving only deep footprints behind, footprints that started as claws but ended as human feet. What had he just witnessed? And more importantly, was it watching him still? Liam's hands trembled as he stared at the fading footprints. His instincts screamed at him to leave, but his curiosity anchored him in place. What was that creature? A bear? A man? Or something that belonged to neither world? He forced himself to take a step forward, then another, following the tracks deeper into the woods. The cold night air pressed against his skin, and the silence around him grew heavier. Every step felt like a mistake, but he couldn't turn back now. Then, up ahead, he saw something strange, a wooden cabin, barely visible through the trees. It looked abandoned, its windows dark and lifeless. But as he approached, a flickering glow appeared inside, like firelight. Someone, or something, was in there. Liam hesitated. His heart pounded so hard he thought it might give him away. Slowly, he raised his camera, zooming in on the cabin. Through the cracked window, he saw a shadow moving. A large figure hunched over a table, its back facing him. Then, just as he adjusted his lens, the figure turned. Liam gasped. The face staring back at him was human, but not entirely. The eyes were the same. The same glowing red eyes he had seen in the woods. And in that moment, he understood, this wasn't just a bear that could walk like a man, this was a man. Or at least, it had been once. Before Liam could react, the door creaked open. The figure stepped out, its massive frame silhouetted against the firelight. A deep, guttural voice rumbled through the air. "You came too far, Liam. Now, you can't leave." Liam's blood ran cold. He had never told anyone his name. The camera slipped from his hands, hitting the forest floor with a dull thud. And before he could even think of running, the world around him went dark. Liam's heart pounded like a war drum. The creature, now standing in the cabin's doorway, was neither fully bear nor fully human. Its broad, fur-covered body still resembled a beast, but its face, its cursed, half-human face, was twisted in something between a grimace and a knowing smirk. "You came too far, Liam. Now, you can't leave." A deep dread settled in his bones. He took a shaky step back, but the moment he moved, the creature lunged forward with unnatural speed. Liam turned to run, his boots slipping on the damp forest floor. His camera lay forgotten in the dirt. The woods were a maze of shadows, every branch clawing at him as he stumbled blindly. Behind him, heavy footsteps thudded, closer and closer. Whatever this thing was, it was faster than any bear, smarter than any predator. Then, a clearing. His truck was just beyond the trees. If he could just reach it, but as he bolted forward, something massive slammed into his back. He crashed to the ground, the air ripped from his lungs. Claws dug into his shoulder, flipping him over. Liam's vision blurred, but he saw the creature looming above him, its glowing red eyes burning into his soul. "You should have left when you had the chance," it growled. Liam braced for the end, but then, something strange happened. The creature hesitated. Its eyes flickered, as if battling itself, and then, it stepped back. Liam gasped for breath as the beast trembled violently, its form shifting again, bones cracking, for retracting. Within seconds, a man stood where the bear had been. A tall, scarred man with those same glowing eyes. Go, he rasped. Before I change again. Liam didn't wait. He scrambled to his feet and ran like hell, not stopping until he reached his truck. He fumbled with the keys, the engine roaring to life. As he sped away, he risked one last glance in the rearview mirror. The man was gone, but in his place, deep in the shadows of the forest, two glowing red eyes watched him go.